Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Pat Simon.
Breaking news alert.
And we do begin with breaking news tonight right off the top. In fact, there is a major accident that happened earlier tonight, Harbor Bridge. Emergency crews at the scene of a frightening looking accident. It's led to a major traffic tie-up most of the evening. All right, we got breaking news just into our newsroom. Corpus Christi police at the scene right now of a shooting at the Shores apartment complex on Ennis Joslyn. Police tell us a woman was shot and taken to the hospital in serious condition at this hour. At the top tonight, one fisherman gets more than he bargains for. There is frustration among some CCISD parents this evening. Our Seth Kovar shows you how it came about and what the city has done to keep all of that water flowing. Here's a look at their homepage right here. As you'll notice up at the top here, it says Report Fraud. So you click on that button. Having a baby is the most memorable of days for any mother, right? Well, having that child during the middle of Hurricane Harvey, well, that is a story of a lifetime. Incarnate Word Academy is getting its students college ready. Well, starting tomorrow when constitutional carry goes into effect, Katya, police can actually stop you. They can actually question you if they see that you do have a handgun on you. That was part of the compromise that law enforcement agencies had with lawmakers in order to pass that law. Veterans who were at Camp Lejeune who now suffer from any of these 8 diseases, including Parkinson's, may be eligible for VA disability benefits. Nueces County's chief medical examiner taken into custody. It's another twist in this evolving story. District Attorney Mark Gonzalez confirming the arrest of Adele Shaker to us this afternoon. In this week's Veterans in Focus, I sat down with 3 Purple Heart recipients to hear about what that honor truly means to them. Governor, thanks for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you all.
You bet. What is the balance between those migrants, Governor, who want to legally come into the U.S., become citizens, and a border wall and other policies designed to keep many of them out? Corpus Christi was incorporated in 1852, and some longtime Corpus Christi residents attended today's event. I'm not going to say anything about age, Dale. We look good for 170, don't we?
Wait for it. Yeah.
We look great. Hundreds of you turned in American flags, these old ones, and got a brand new flag just in time to fly on Flag Day, which happens to be tomorrow. The state has outlined deficiency after deficiency, safety deficiencies on that bridge that you see behind me, and they say the developer just wasn't responding. So the state today issued a notice of default, which leads to the next question. What is really next with all of this project? Now, Iran Hammy was at that Text.news conference today with me. He has more on that for us tonight. Iran? Just because you own a weapon doesn't automatically mean you know how to properly use it. Robert's father, Carlos, a U.S. veteran, was never granted U.S. citizenship. Just over that bridge from here at Mission, Texas, 4 years ago, he died alone in Mexico.
Very sad.
And even though the Artemis moon launch was scrubbed, people here in Corpus Christi can still launch themselves into space, well, figuratively, right?
Just enjoy your Pop-Tart or Fruity Pebbles and get ready to come on in.
You've been watching what we eat, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got, again, the best seat in the house. It was the summer of 1942, and the Coastal Bend was going to war. A local Navy veteran suffered a devastating blow to his military career due to what he calls racism in the ranks. Tonight, how he changed his life through the years with laughter and a renewed sense of patriotism.
I love women in uniform, military, police, McDonald's.
Wendell Williams has a unique way of making people laugh.
I am the acronym man of comedy, meaning I like to take a word or letters that have somewhat of a negative vibe and put a positive twist on it.
His act is his life personified. To get to this stage of it, Wendell first had to confront racism while serving in the Navy. One critical incident cost him his military career.
Altercation came about and
You got in a fight.
I got in a fight.
A fight with a superior officer who called him the N-word. Wendell admittedly handled that the wrong way, and for that, he spent 2 years in military prison and given a dishonorable discharge.
Personally, if he hadn't did what he did, I wouldn't have put myself in that position, but It did happen, and I have to. I'm here today to tell it, and I really don't like to, but I like to come clean about things. You can't always get what you want in life.
Throughout the last 40 years, Wendell learned to accept the past.
I have the 4 L's in life. You live, learn, to love life. That's how I look at it. Because what has happened shouldn't stop me from trying to become a better person.
A better person.
Those seats right in there.
Who also spends these days as an usher at Hooks baseball games. And on this night,
ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise.
He's taking to another stage in life. Acceptance.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, it's a wonderful feeling. It's going to bring me a great feeling of enjoyment.
Thank you.
Singing an anthem of his country.
Oh, say.
He fought for and came full circle to forgive.
By the dawn's early light.
Reflecting especially on the last 12 words.
Because you fought to be free, and it is the home of the brave. You cannot take that away.
For the land and of the free.
It doesn't get more REAL than that.
And the home of the brave.
He did good. Now, I connected Wendell Williams to J.J. De La Cerda, Nueces County Veteran Service Officer. J.J. will now investigate whether Wendell's dishonorable discharge can be upgraded. When you serve in the United States military, there are certain privileges that come with that service. But tonight we've learned that for years, thousands of U.S. veterans have actually been kicked out, deported from this country that they once served, mostly because they are not U.S. citizens.
As a child, Carlos Torres left Mexico with his family, came to America. He had a green card for residency. Carlos eventually wanted to serve his new country, joining the U.S. Army during Vietnam.
I know he was extremely happy about going. It wasn't just him getting out of the house, but it was him able to do something beyond of what his capabilities were.
And when he was honorably discharged,
He tried to get a job in the government,
Yes,
and he was turned down
correct.
because he wasn't.
A U.S. citizen.
that's right, a U.S. military veteran not allowed to be a citizen. Robert says his father Carlos tried numerous times but kept falling through the naturalization cracks. Carlos was deported a number of times back to Mexico, one of them after taking the rap for a marijuana drug bust.
Do you feel like had he been a U.S. citizen, he would have been in a lot better shape with his life ahead of him?
Oh, correct.
After 3 combat tours himself, Robert left the service and eventually became a U.S. Border Patrol officer. There he was able to keep an eye on his father until tragedy struck.
Robert's father, Carlos, a U.S. veteran, was never granted U.S. citizenship. Just over that bridge from here at Mission, Texas 4 years ago, he died alone in Mexico.
Very sad.
In the end, Carlos was only allowed legally in America after his death.
I was absolutely shocked that we would deport somebody who wore our uniform and fought for our freedom.
South Texas Congressman Vicente Gonzalez wants to reform the current deportation system for veterans. He's offering a bill to expatriate non-citizen American veterans, bringing them back to the U.S. to become naturalized. His bill does not apply to those veterans who have committed major felonies like murder or rape. It could, however, help better handle combat-related effects for those displaced veterans like PTSD.
They're on the edge, as you know. They either get in a bar fight or start using drugs and alcohol, and next thing you know, they find themselves in a little trouble and deported many times to a country they don't really know.
While it may be too late for Carlos, Robert is hoping other veterans who fought for us won't have to suffer like his dad.
Congressman Gonzalez tells me that he's reaching across the political aisle to get support from Republicans for his bill, Expatriate the Patriots Act. Gonzalez is also pushing for all U.S. military branches to institute a program for all foreign-born active service members to become U.S. citizens while they're currently serving.
The constant humming of a sewing machine is like soothing music. The calm in this part of Leah Spencer's world as a seamstress.
When I'm sewing, I am just escaping, keeping my hands busy and my head busy.
Busy, meticulously weaving these quilts of kindness, patterns of perfection for our patriots.
It's a way to give back and say thank you for serving and sacrificing.
What's now become her passion really began with an urgent purpose, the other side of Leah Spencer's life. Constant visits to the hospital for treatment for a disease that has no cure, mast cell activation syndrome. It's a condition that causes severe, many times life-threatening allergic reactions to common things like heat, foods, even water.
She's come a long way.
Family friend Michael Gibson remembers the critical moment 4 years ago when Leah needed urgent and expensive surgery. So this Iraq War veteran didn't hesitate. He cooked for 2 straight days just to raise enough money for Leah's surgery.
That one good thing the military has always taught me. Never turn your back, always help out as much as possible.
So to return the favor,
I was thinking, how can I show Michael that I am so thankful for what he did for me?
Leah went big. That's when she stitched together her first quilt of valor. From the eye of her needle to the heart of her hero.
That's Michael.
The first quilt?
Uh-huh.
Just what she did was just kind of like tore my heart out in the best way possible. I was like, oh man, this is just tears in my eyes.
Leah's gift of gratitude didn't stop there. She created Quilts of Valor of South Texas and has since sewn countless other stunning works of art.
I've done about 100.
100 of these beautiful blankets for the brave.
It's a hug. It's like, man, thank you. A warm, fuzzy, red, white, and blue hug.
A hug that all started from a generous gift she received.
Aww.
That she now shares with pride.
They're not going to be with us much longer, and it's so worth it to award them.
Knowing that a warm embrace made with love for these veterans says so much without saying anything at all.
And I don't want to cry, but it touches your heart.